No rights or wrongs. No shoulds, just breathe. You can't chase something meant to be free.
Life is not linear. It's a magnificent dance that invites us to be more than we can imagine. But that doesn't mean growing is easy. I'm George Calancis, and welcome to Tough Transitions. In this podcast, I'll share stories from my own life and the stories of others so you can fully accept yourself and rewrite the way you see the world, to stop holding yourself back from your best self and your extreme power. This is your path. Your life is unfolding exactly the way it was intended. Learn how to connect your heart, listen to your voice, and free yourself from limitations and expectations so you can claim your true, unlimited potential.
Welcome back to another Friday Flow, my favorite time of the week where I just flow from my head to my heart and share wisdom with you. And today I'm talking about slowing down in life. Because what's the rush? Slowing down actually makes you happier and more successful. The truth is, I never thought I'd be an author at 38 years old. I never thought I'd get a divorce. And I never thought I would have quit coaching. In the last few months, I realized slowing down makes life worth living. And if you've ever read any of Ryan Holiday's books, he talks about this all the time. So stillness has revealed who I am underneath the noise. I'm up at 4:30 a.m. every day. I hydrate, I journal. It's a moment in my life where autonomy drives more confidence, better habits, and transformation. I've learned that writing is not something you just do. It's a process. It's a ritual. It's a way of life. Whether I'm writing articles, doing these podcasts, writing books, poems, emails, or engaging on social media, my heart spills the truth. My eyes guide the direction, and my brain sheds inhibitions to craft magic. And I know that my writing can be all over the place at times. In fact, much of what I write about is usually a first draft into an expansion of something much larger than the initial thought. In the end, I do my best to ensure my words depict a world that makes sense to you and everyone else. Except sometimes I know my words won't, and I'm beginning to be okay with that too. This brings me to the theme of the flow. Whatever you're thinking of doing, don't put it off. Start now. It may seem contrarian to what's the rush, but hear me out. How much of our lives do we spend on the surface, scrolling through our phones like internet drones? How many times do we rush to the next big milestone in life? What's the rush? After all, Marcus Aurelius reminds us all, we could leave life right now. So why rush through everything when the end result is always the same? Death. There are days when I struggle with slowing down and catch myself slipping into old patterns. The difference between me today and yesterday is that I don't compare myself to others or think there is one magic timeline to my story. Maybe life isn't about achieving certain milestones, but rather a reflection of who we are as humans and how we show up to the world. And the more you rush through life, the less you see all the amazing opportunities in front of you. I know this is what I've said before, but it's true. The lessons I write about and share with you go beyond who I am as a man. After all, if I'm willing to step into the invitation life has given me, I'm not striving to be better than anyone else. I'm striving to be better than who I was yesterday. I don't think chasing life gets you anywhere because there is nowhere to go. I look at everything I've written and I think about how I missed many opportunities because I was focused on achievements rather than what was happening. So by sharing my thoughts with you, I hope that whoever listens to this will be able to see that when they focus on being deeply connected with themselves and the process, the best work arises. I've learned through writing and divorce and a bunch of other hardships in life that we really have no control over outcomes in our lives. Ultimately, you've got to get to a point in your life where you break free of what you think life should be so you can make room for what needs to unfold. Because the process of life is supposed to feel messy. I wrote about that in Nowhere to Go. We can't just expect to follow a linear timeline of life. It never works that way. Life is a dance filled with many twists and turns, and true transformation happens in those moments we usually least expect. Almost every author I've looked up to over the last few years and reached out has said they have felt the initial fear of the blank screen. They have felt the initial fear to make them want to rush through whatever was happening. But then they told me that they don't let that fear get the best of them because they understand that excellent writing and good stories come from the world around them. So they have rituals, they network, they habit stack, they take breaks, they enjoy life, they do research, they plan, they write, and they write again. Because the person who takes time to slow down every day is less worried about the outcome than someone who rushes. The person who plans their day has more energy than someone who doesn't. And life? Well, if you never take the time to accept what you feel and the experiences for what they are, you'll stay in a perpetual state of unhealthy patterns and become a slave to your past. You can try to become someone or something else, which might make you feel better in the moment. You can find substances, relationships, and careers to numb what you don't want to face. But rushing life keeps you in a never-ending cycle of struggle, and it doesn't allow you to escape. So back to the theme of the Friday Flow. Don't rush. Take advantage of the world around you by inviting some curiosity and fun into your life. Take photos of the things that inspire you. Recap your thoughts with voice memos and journals. Screenshot social media clips and other things that grab your attention. And soon enough, you're going to create a life worth living. And you'll have something to share and speak about. Now, I'm not judging the way that you go about your life. I'm simply reminding you to slow down because there is no rush. Get out there today and do something that scares the shit out of you. Reach out to old friends, family members. Ask someone on a date. Go take a hike. Go take a trip. Because it's so freeing when you finally realize that your story never ends and there are no timelines, but rather you're the one that can pick up the pen to write an entire new chapter.
Did you just like what you heard? Then make sure to check out my book, Nowhere to Go, Navigating Tough Transitions. It's available everywhere books are sold. You can also now get it from me for $1 digitally at theartoftoughTransitions.com, where you have an option to upgrade to a 5-day masterclass to really help you break free of the limitations and expectations of the world so you can tap into your true potential. Because what are you waiting for? Life is this magnificent dance that invites you to be more than you could ever imagine, but only if you give yourself permission to be open to the many tunes in front of you right now. Thanks for listening. Share it, review it, and I'll see you around soon.